Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. It's
Let's go! Let's go!
Third! The Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No one. And of course, you're gonna get the Coffin skin. Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Wednesday Night Dynamite Sidecast here on the Mike the Ref Twitch channel. Always a pleasure seeing you. Jay Quick, great to see you, Mr. Consistency. You're here every time, and I am so thankful for it. I appreciate having you here. Mr. Callahan, how are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing great. We got a great show coming up here tonight as we're getting ready for Forbidden Door coming up on Sunday. And Andrew, everybody's flying in here tonight. So it's great having y'all here. It is a pleasure seeing y'all. Of course, they're going to have a stupid 30-second ad coming up here momentarily, but I can't help it. Twitch sets them up that way. I wish there was some way I could fix it, but no, tonight we're going to have a fun night here of wrestling action coming up here with AEW Dynamite coming up to Forbidden Door on Sunday. Think there'll be a lot of interruptions on AEW? I don't know. There's quite a few matches involved. One of the biggest match, about to have some birthday. Happy birthday, sir. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Callahan. Have a happy 32. I think that's one or two songs you'll get out of me tonight, but no, I hope you have a great birthday here. So, think somebody interrupts Mercedes and MJF. I don't even think Mercedes comes out for a promo. It says we'll hear from Mercedes. That doesn't mean she's going to be here. So that's probably going to be another promo segment. I know Stephanie's wrestling on Saturday against Lady Frost. So there is a possibility she could be here because they're taping both today and Saturday on tonight here in Buffalo. So Saturday will be another taped edition of Collision here, but we're going to watch it here just the regular time. But I finally got the graphic done, so I do want to put this out here. Nana dances, so does Garcia. Absolutely, Garcia's at home. But speaking of dances, I'm doing backflips here. I have mentioned it here on the stream, but now that I got a graphic, it's official. Joining me here this Sunday, it's going to be Zodiac, a.k.a. Chris Copleen from the Retro Hangover podcast. He's going to be joining me here. We're going to be chatting a whole bunch of wrestling, whole bunch of video games. We got to celebrate little Nemo making it onto the Remember the Game streams here, and Mr. Andrew right here being able to join us for the dulcet tones and all his hard work in promoting the game. But yeah, Zodiac's going to be here. We're going to have a ton of fun. I hope you join us here. It is our 4-year affiliate anniversary next Sunday. Or sorry, mine, I guess, but I considered ours because without you guys, this wouldn't be happening. So, yeah, and Tony Khan announced that Beach breaks next week. I am going to try and wrangle up a guest at the last minute here. I got an idea about who I want to talk to. We'll see if they're available, and then we'll go from there. I did say I wanted to have somebody on with me for every special edition of AEW TV. That includes Blood and Guts. That includes Beach Break now. So it is going to be, what is it, 4th of July Eve that's happening. So we're going to get to see the wild card, who's going to be taking on Jeff Jarrett. More and more, it looks like it's going to be Hangman returning. It sucks because Jeff Jarrett put out such a great promo this week to to make us feel like he really deserves to win this. But let's face it. After Tony Khan announced that they could do the spot at Wembley, if you get the title match, it really does. I do hate that stipulation. I hate it for the Rumble. I hate it for this. I hate the fact that it limits who can win this tournament. And this tournament's about Owen. It's not about the world title. So that's my personal thing on it. I do think it's probably going to be Hangman because it's going to be Hangman and Swerve. I know we're getting a little ahead of ourselves in terms of the in terms of who's going to win on Sunday, which I pretty much spoiled who I think it's going to be. And we're going to hear from MJF real quick here. They're not even fooling around. They're bringing out MJF right off the bat here. Get him out of the way. I'm assuming our main event's going to be the Gates of Agony versus Will Ospreay and Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, sorry. Yeah, they're not fooling around. They're bringing out their... I would assume this is probably their second biggest segment of the night. We do have that trios tag for the women. We have the trios tag for the men tonight. BCC versus LIJ. Let's go. Forbidden Door starting a little early. But yeah, we're not even fooling around here, so... Garcia cutting off MJF. Some kid's got some balls here. This is something different. No dancing, just walking out to the ring. Yeah, I just turn around and say, look, no disrespect, but this is my hometown, not yours. So this is going to establish Garcia a little bit. I like it. Garcia's the one guy that's always deserved that bigger spotlight. Next week? Whoops. I think that's last week, but maybe he is saving next week. Ha!
But first, let me tell you why I'm out here. And it's to do something that nobody in the back has ever been willing to do to you before.
Look you in the eye and say how good you... Ha! There we go. That isn't a long list, by the way. All right. You got to be activated here.
But
Hey, Zodiac. I thought, you know what? I gotta go find another friend here just for you. Congratulations on your victory.
You saw me more than just being a background character. You saw me the same way that you saw
I thought it was deserving just because of what happened, so. Hope you're doing well today.
And you talked to Tony Khan, and he said if I got enough wins, that I could challenge you for your world title. But the thing is, when I did challenge you for your world title, it was one of the most embarrassing moments of my entire life.
Yes, yes, it was. Guys, you lost big time.
Well, you know, it wasn't all bad because that loss, it motivated me more than you could ever imagine. That loss led me to going on the run of a lifetime and being part of the biggest moments, the biggest matches that this company has ever seen.
I really like how they're establishing Garcia here right now.
It motivated me so much that now I'm somebody that these people can respect. I'm somebody that these people can believe in. And now I'm contemplating why settle for being a pillar when I can be the backbone. When I can be
Wow.
when I can
I like that I like that comment.
that the future of AEW is built on.
Who needs to be a pillar when you can be a backbone? I just hope that they take the next step after this. They're gonna have to do something with him.
And Max, for that, I want to thank you. But I want to let you know, after I said all that, if you talk shit now, you're going to look real two-faced. And you're going to have the whole city of Buffalo, New York coming at your head tonight.
Yeah, he's pretty much used to that.
Okay, hold on. First of all, MJF, two-faced? What? Okay, maybe a little bit. Hear me out. I did not come out here to talk trash to these fine people here in Buffalo, brother. No. I came out here for two reasons. Reason number one, to shamelessly and soullessly shill Forbidden Door UBS Arena August 30th. MJF's coming back home. Long Island, baby. I'm gonna wrestle a guy who looks like a poorly drawn comic book character named Hechicero. Get your tickets today. July 6th. I come to the Memphis, Mississippi borderline. I'm making my return to Collision. Get your tickets today. Done shilling.
All right, well, MJF's done his good shilling so far. He's got that microballer for sale, so
Reason number two, before I was so rudely interrupted, I was actually going to ask you to come out here, Danny, because I got a question for you.
all right, I want to see this.
But before I get to that question, after everything that just came out of your mouth, I only got one thing to say to you.
Good on you. Good on you. Come on, say it.
Thank you. No one has ever publicly talking about any of the nice things I do behind the scenes around here at AEW. And I know why. I'm not stupid. I'm a top guy in my 20s. I'm very rich. I'm very handsome. Some people are very jealous.
I'm very rich. I'm very handsome. Bah!
All those guys back there think they deserve my spot, when the fact of the matter is none of them are talented enough to beat me and take it. However, I know one guy who's getting closer and closer.
Gonna be real looking for an MJF after Forbidden Door. Kind of think that pay-per-view is getting MJF's way.
I didn't give you a world title shot against
I just think the old Owen Hart Tournament's gonna be the same thing.
Small brag. Small brag. Out of pity, I didn't give it to you because you're some second or third generation superstar. I didn't give it to you because you had a friend in a high place here, and I damn sure didn't give it to you because you made your name elsewhere, jumped into my company, and expected a handout just cause. I gave it to you.
Ooh.
Like everybody else, you earned it.
Would that be a Punk slight? Would that be a Punk slight? I think it's a Punk slight.
You remind me a whole lot of me. Let's face it, two undersized kids, tough, cocky, arrogant, really talented from New York.
All right, he's trying to.
Guys like us, we gotta splash water in our face. We gotta look in the mirror and we gotta say it ain't about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. And these two New York pit bulls got a whole lot of bark and a whole lot of bite.
All right. Yeah, it was a bit of a punk slight. Just a bit. Just a bit.
But, full transparency here, when I gave you that massive opportunity to take my spot at the top of the mountain in AEW, with all due respect, I whooped your scrawny little ass without breaking a...
Wow, goddamn god. All right. Goddamn, got the mute button?
Since then, you have grown exponentially. You have gotten stronger. You have gotten faster, cagier, smarter. You have ascended the ladder here in AEW, rung by busting your ass.
All right. Yep. I like this.
You didn't run from the grind. Daniel Garcia, you are the grind. So it got me thinking, Danny boy. Maybe it's time you get one more shot at the king.
So when are you gonna have that?
But not just any shot. So here's what I'm thinking, Danny. Here's the big question I wanted to ask you tonight. You tell me how you feel about it. Folks at home, you can tell me how you feel about it. Folks in the arena, you can tell me how you feel about it. So here's my pitch, Dan. Daniel Garcia versus Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF.
All right. When? Tonight?
Wembley Stadium, all in.
Wow.
That is huge. That is a big deal.
Wow. Like, yes, but.
What do you say, Danny? London. Look at my mom. That is huge.
Oh, oh, we got a little bit of an addition to this one here.
To all in London. As not only the AEW International Champion, but after this
All right. This is starting to, it almost feels like this Swerve versus Ospreay match doesn't need to be. I know we were talking about this before, but it almost feels like this match doesn't need to be there because we're setting up to something like this.
Sunday, live at the Briscoe on pay-per-view, and still to come tonight on main event, Ospreay
I will definitely get that jersey.
and Bishop Khan, the Gates of Agony. How about that for a main event?
That jersey is a little bit of all right, I believe, to take the words out of a former associate here, Chris Parrish.
Buffalo, stand up. Let me see those beautiful faces. Hey, Buffalo, I don't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to come out here and just say I appreciate your homeboy, Danny Garcia. Man, this guy has made it publicly known that he wants a shot at the International Championship, and I love the way that you've been doing it, because you've just been racking up win after win after win.
And MJF's back there. He's like, shut up because I'm going to beat your ass.
The bedroom, bruv. Sorry, babe, I'm trying my best, I promise.
Midgie, how you doing?
But listen, man,
No.
appreciate that you're gonna let me get Forbidden Door out the way. So because of all the hard work, because I appreciate you, and because I love Buffalo. Hey, next week, you got it. AEW International Championship, Danny Garcia versus Will Ospreay. But, how about sweeten the deal for you, sunshine? How about, not only will this build be on the line, how about put the World Championship on the line as well, bruv?
Double championship match next week if Ospreay wins.
Would you say we give these people the feeling?
All right. This might be a way to get that international title off of
Championship on the line and potentially AEW World Championship 1 week.
off of Ospreay here.
Yeah, I think you're right, Shivani. MJF.
And Ospreay just came out to show up MJF.
He's been completely upstaged here.
When MJF versus Ospreay happens, it's going to be next level. Absolutely.
Not a feeling that MJF is very familiar with. And Max, about your challenge. Danny, hold on. That is a huge opportunity for you. It's massive. You need to focus on that. I'm really proud of you, man. Best of luck.
He didn't accept the match yet.
Garcia. I guess now can turn his attention to a week from tonight.
No.
Beach break in Chicago.
Max is pissed. Would they have Ospreay lose 2 in a row, though? Possibly.
Not only the AEW International Champion, but the AEW World Champion.
I think the more stipulations he puts on it, the less likely you're going to see it happen.
Daniel Garcia, a huge
But yeah, by the way, good to see you here too, Jagger. No, it is going to be a fun night coming up. Ospreay doesn't need to always win if payoff works, absolutely, but if Ospreay loses due to shenanigans,
title opportunities before you even match at Forbidden Door, bro. It's just like you, man. Put the cart before the horse. I don't get you. Just like I said,
I love this.
you don't have the strength to carry the weight of 2 worlds on your shoulders, man.
He doesn't have the weight to carry one right now, really.
But you better hold up the end of the bargain tonight. When we tag against the Gates of Agony, you better be there and have your head on straight. Because you have a focus problem, it seems like, Will. And to me, it's not really a good mindset.
Long intro to start the show. Every once in a while, they'll pull one of these out. And here's the other thing.
Whose house?
The one thing you do with an AEW show once in a while, especially right before a pay-per-view, you make sure you do it so that you don't have too many people that are involved, right? Balls! Oh, and now we get our first Forbidden Door match of the week. Chad Moxley! My throat's been going a little bit, so I can't get that elongated Chad out of there. But yeah, now we get LIJ on the other side. And Shingo Takagi is going to be in the match here. He's going to be taking on Danielson in that quarterfinal for the Owen Hart Cup. Oh, it's going to be fun. I got to look over those YouTubes one more time before they run out. So they only make them to order, so it's sort of like limited run games. And you can tell they have Japanese wrestlers that don't speak English too well because you got a Japanese referee in the ring.
This is a dangerous match for the BCC members. This could be something of a trap with LIJ. Yeah, especially with the bandage on Mox's forehead. He's got 6 staples.
Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. How much do you guys know about LIJ and I know a little bit about I know about Tanahashi. I think everybody else does.
And for those wondering about the name Les Ingobernables de Japon, LIJ, an offshoot of the original Los Ingobernables, founded about a decade ago in CMLL by none other than El Toro Blanco, Rouge,
Yeah, it's interesting that we don't have Roosh using that anymore.
Return to New Japan Pro Wrestling, establishing the Japanese branch of Les Ingobernables, a.k.a. LIJ. And now tonight,
And it's Shingo Takagi. I know it's not Tanahashi, by the way.
a lot of acronyms, but it's going to be action-packed.
BCC, LIJ, WTF. I'm sure we'll get a couple of those out as we go along here.
Coming up this Sunday, and then the winner goes on to face Pac. What a road for you to try to win the Owen Hart Tournament. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun seeing Pac versus whoever wins this one. I'm assuming it's going to be Danielson against... Like, Takagi is probably... From what I've been told by Andre Mel, Takagi might be one of the top 10 wrestlers in the world right now. Definitely one of the top ones in New Japan.
Powerlifter, and he's just incredible. He's developed a lot since the last time I wrestled. Former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, just like Box is now. And it looks like he's full of power for sure.
One thing I do expect out of this match, it is going to be more of a basic match as we go along.
There are not many people stronger than Claudio Castagnoli.
Claudio's having so much fun out there.
Dropping into the side headlock. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about Claudio. He mixes both power and technique. And quickness too, right?
So, chat, I do have to ask you something here that we'll talk about a little bit more on Saturday. Who do you think Serena Deeb's opponent's going to be on Saturday? She's put out an open challenge for anyone to come in and face her. My stream is not having it. It's just not showing up. You think it's going to be Britt? I'd love it for it to be Britt. Becky Lynch, dream big, hey. Here's another interesting fact that's really stirring the pot today. And of course, as the ad comes up. If you check out the socials today, Natalya Neidhart has removed all WWE affiliation from her socials. It's been rumored that her contract is coming up. I don't put a lot into that, but I do put a bunch into it. Gotta be hater at some point. It very well could be as well. Like, could be any of those. But I do see a lot of wrestlers now changing up their social medias just yeah, just like you said, Mick G. They do it as a negotiation ploy because TKO typically does a lot of last minute negotiating for their contracts. Nice cross body by Teton there. Little bulldoze right through there. And by the way, Mask, good to see you tonight. Sorry, when I see very rare chatters, it comes up on my screen, but my prompter doesn't have any of the special effects that Twitch allows, so I'm very happy to see everybody here tonight. It's a great community, and I just appreciate it a lot. I'll get into it once we got a little bit of time here, but spent a couple days here, just had to mentally do some stuff here, so. Teton tried to speed up here, but just show. Oh, hey. Always a pleasure having you here tonight. It's always a great night chilling here on a Wednesday night. We're here every Wednesday and Saturday. As we're going to be about to hit a commercial here. So as we're hitting the quarter hour, so I want to make sure, or the half hour. I at least want to get this out once every half hour here. Speaking of Zodiac, Just want to remind everybody, if you're around, on Sunday, Zodiac's going to be joining me here for the Forbidden Door sidecast here. So we'll be watching the pay-per-view together and deciphering all the good stuff here as we're going along here. So, and then, yeah, we're going to be talking gaming, we're going to be talking wrestling, going to be talking a whole bunch of stuff here. We'll talk whatever comes to our minds. We'll probably crap on a few people and, you know, make some others look good and all that. But yeah, I'll bring it back up here for a sec. KJ, good to see you here. I'm glad you're starting to unpack. I feel sorry that you're unpacking in Toronto, but everybody's got their own faults. But can't wait until you Canadian long weekend drunk while watching that stream. Yeah, I know. Little story behind this here for everybody else in the chat. I had to organize who was going to be doing what. Zodiac and Big G both lined up perfectly. Wanted to be on here with me, and I wanted to organize which pay-per-view for which. And I'm like, okay, well, which weekend's going to figure out? So I managed to take the guys who weren't on their long weekend to be a part of it. So for the American long weekend on Memorial Day for Double or Nothing, I brought in McG. And for this one, which is the Canadian long weekend, I'm bringing in Zodiac here. So as much as I know it doesn't make a difference, everybody comes out and supports regardless. The level of soberness required for that certain time there, you know, might be a little bit tense there at that moment. So, but no, glad to see all you guys here and girls. Sorry, KJ, and anybody else lurking in the chat. Always appreciate having you here. We're a very non-judgmental zone here, and yeah. And T-Todd's about ready to get launched into the fifth row here. I want to see Claudio one of these times literally take one of his guys that he's swinging, just let him go just to see if they hit the ropes. Get enough momentum to see how close they come. I don't want to see anybody get hurt, obviously, but seriously, that's a video game thing where they just keep helicoptering away. Who is this fluffy mascot on the screen? I don't remember his name. He came in as a stray. Unfortunately, he's the winner. He's one of the 7 fans of the Florida Panthers who ended up winning the Stanley Cup on Monday. So Gretzky had to go get ready for the draft, so I had to bring in a new friend. So we're just bringing him in this week. Just wanted to celebrate the congratulations to Zodiac and all the other 10 Leaf fans. That's the official mascot of one of the teams in hockey country. No, that's just, well, I got a real good laugh, and we can talk about it on Sunday. But the way the Florida Panthers are structured is not very different from the Oilers. But it's even worse in some ways. If you look at their D-core, they're either waiver claims or guys that you got for dirt cheap. Five cup files in a row. Hockey's, you know, it doesn't like paying taxes, so you know that's usually the way it works, right? Takagi's being made to look real good right now. Shingo's doing some work here. I don't want to take that egg. Nice, Danielson. Now, I wonder if these two have actually met in a matchup here, Mox and Takagi. Jesus. And Moxley just goes to biting at a boy. When is Jarrett's Owen match? Next Wednesday on spring break. They're going to have Jarrett's match there. They're going to have they're going to have that semifinal on Jarrett's side of the bracket. They're going to have that on Saturday on Collision. They're actually got that next Wednesday is absolutely jam-packed. We got Willow and Statlander. We got Pac versus the winner of Takagi and Danielson. We got the Jarrett quarterfinal. Oh, God. Will we have TV time?
No, please, no.
That's my hope. Moxley don't care. And actually, this makes sense because, you know, in a promotional match, don't want to make anybody look bad. These guys are just going to fight right out of the building, aren't they? Here comes Naito to set up the match. And he's not coming out. That's hilarious. All right, my prediction right now, Naito takes the title off Moxley at the pay-per-view. And Moxley just in there just seething right now. Naito's just taking a sweet time. Doesn't know what TV cues are. Which belt does Moxley have? He has the IWGP World Championship. It's the New Japan title. He won that a few months ago. Moxley knows that he can't wait anymore, so... They're going to fight right out of the building. Shingo and Yuta going at it on ringside. This is where Danielson gets in the ring. Okay, I have a hard enough time keeping track of the belts of the promotion, let alone others. It's cool that they have their belts featured. No, Keaton, the thing about this pay-per-view is the fact that they are trying to promote 3 different promotions on this 5, actually. Because they're trying to promote Stardom for the Mina versus Toni match. They're trying to promote New Japan Strong with the Vacker and Mercedes Moné match. They're trying to promote CMLL with the Hechicero MJF match. And they're doing New Japan with the two matches that we're seeing highlighted in this matchup. So whoever's got that AEW is Jericho shirt should be shot. I will just say right there. Mr. has all the belts versus Mr. needs all the belts. So this is going to be a fun match coming up here. Jay White and Fenix. I got a feeling Fenix is going to move on in that matchup, but... And the winner of that gets Jarrett or Mystery, so... You could have Jay White win it, but I think there's a little bit more going on with the House of Black and whatnot that I would rather... I'd rather see him just lose in a very competitive match here. And Phoenix deserves all the titles, I believe, is what Zodiac will mention here in about a minute or two here. But no, this week here, I'll be honest. I'm sorry I haven't been on stream a lot more. All the belts. I was waiting. I knew that was coming somewhere here. But, yeah, it's going to be fun seeing this matchup here. But I'll take a serious moment here for a sec here. Sorry I wasn't on the last couple days. I was supposed to get a stream in yesterday and whatnot. But for those that don't know, I have a... they don't call it a disorder. They don't... Because it's not a disorder. It's a personality. It's a hypersensitive personality. And for the most part, I can just keep it in line and not have any problems with it. But I don't know what happened. Halfway through that hockey game on Monday, I actually had a panic attack. Just getting worked up about stuff that I can't control and stuff I can't. I had to turn the game off. I had to turn everything off. I basically closed everything off for a couple days. I retweeted a few things so people knew I was alive, but it's why I keep very much an even keel. I try to keep my emotions in check a lot of the times for reasons like that. I'm better now. I feel a lot better today. Been watching a lot of content. I was watching this 4.5 hour podcast about one of my favorite channels watching here. It's been going through a little bit of controversy just because of some people leaving and whatnot, whatever. No, not Dr. Disrespect. I can't stand that guy. Regardless, let's not even worry about that. But it puts really into context what you can and can't control and what you can and can't do. So we're back at it now. I actually did some filming this afternoon. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Mountain. You're going to get another arcade video on the gaming channel. I did the arcade playthrough of M. Bison for Street Fighter 6 that just released this morning. So that will be it. Actually, after I'm doing this, I'm rendering this show and then I'm rendering that video. And that'll be ready for you tomorrow morning. But yeah, so basically, I glanced over it as we get into this great match. I'll be really quick about this. Hypersensitive personality is when your surrounding environment actually, rather than things make your senses go a lot worse or a lot better, depending on the situation. So if you're in a really positive atmosphere, really positive everything, it makes you feel a lot better than it actually is. It's more of a euphoria. But like I've told you guys before, I don't stream scary games per se, like horror-based games, because they'll make me freak out that much more.
this field is. I mean, you have Rey Fenix and Jay White coming up next on Dynamite. You also have Jeff Jarrett in that.
So I don't know if it's related to it, but it just feels like it might have been, but I haven't had that in a few months, let's put it that way, so. I hope I can lose it just like the Bang Bang Gang's probably going to lose some belts somewhere there, just for the fact that they're going to forget to pick them all up. I wish I could roll my R's like Rey Fenix, or like Justin Roberts does with Rey Fenix. And Phoenix go black and white. Well, thanks, guys. I'm not putting it to put me over. Just don't be afraid to let people know if something's wrong. It's why a lot of the times I stay away from the IWC, and sometimes I'll get involved. If I'm feeling really good, if I'm feeling a little more confident, I'll be able to do that. Some days when they're just piling on stupid stuff, I just go away. Sort of like last week when everybody was talking about the rating for Dynamite. And I find it funny that, I guess we can talk about this right now real quick. It's actually really funny that everybody was shocked about the low rating that Dynamite got last week. With all the Juneteenth celebrations going on and whatnot, they thought it had nothing to do with it. All right, Rick Knox, you throw everybody out. They're not going to be able to start this match, are they? I love how he throws the Bang Bang Gang out with such enthusiasm. And then he's like, yeah, you too, Penta. Juice trying to throw his shirt and gets caught by the middle rope. That's great. How do you like that side of the background there? You can call me Ray or you can call me Jay. Let's switch gears into this match. I love that this is going to be one-on-one. A lot of people can remember exactly who Jay White is in many ways. Because there is a bit of a gimmick here having Jay White out here with the Bang Bang Gang and whatnot. Oh, God. Phoenix with a non-contact injury again. Maybe not. Looked like he was having trouble getting around there. The problem right now, trying to figure out if there's an injury, is the fact he isn't far enough away from his opponent. He is hobbling a little bit. On the black leg. I think that's his left, yeah. If he can still do that, I guess he's okay. I really wonder how many tickets they're going to sell for Calgary. Like, Calgary's wrestling scene is absolutely booming right now. Bret Hart's doing a lot for that with Dungeon Wrestling and his son Dallas. But at the same time, the Saddle Dome, not only is it a decrepit piece of garbage. Yes, I said it. But it's right in the middle of a festival. Oh, God. Phoenix tried to go for a springboard, and White just said nope. All right, now we get the position where Jay White gets to slow things down and work a lot better on this. So it's going to be a lot like whoever wins this matchup here. It all depends on who the wild card's going to be, right? And the fact they're in Chicago next week, like something bugs me about that. About well, first of all, the fact they're doing Beach Break in Chicago. Can somebody explain to me what bodies of water are by Chicago that are going to be worth a beach? I don't think there's no beaches in Chicago. It's almost as bad as SummerSlam being at Lake Michigan. I'll throw this one on myself.
You idiot!
Thank you for pointing that out. I wasn't bored on U.S. geography. My apologies. It's almost like feeling like Cleveland's getting SummerSlam for some reason. Sorry, just catching a few notes there as we're coming along here. The fact that it's in Chicago. Like, I get it, that's where Tony Khan is based out of, and like his family's based out of there, and they're doing it the night before 4th of July, so it makes a lot of sense that they're doing that. To me, it just feels... Anybody they bring out for that match... Actually, Hangman, he could become the ultimate heel there just to cut on a promo talking about, I'm the reason that your hero left. Because realistically, he's the one that started that whole thing with Charles Martavius, right? Do I wish it was Ricky Chain? It would be the debut, but I'd love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. If it ends up being Ricky Che and then he gets to the final, I think he loses to Danielson, and Danielson goes on to take on Swerve. But to me, it makes the most sense for this to be Hangman coming up, especially with the babyface promo that Jarrett put out, that everybody wants to see him win, right? But it's going to be nice to see where we get two mystery opponents over 2 days. We don't have to play this. We're going to get two Can They Coexist matches within an hour. And that, I really do hope that they have different setups to these, because when you have the exact same type of match put together within the same hour, there's only certain ways these things could go, right? Yeah, I would have loved to see this Owen Hart Tournament act. I would love to see if they could actually pull it off. Have the Owen Hart Tournaments as their Forbidden Door pay-per-view. If you're not going to be able to get enough talent to put on a proper Forbidden Door show, make it the Owen Hart Cup. I honestly feel you might actually generate a little bit more fan base then. Is Pac even a part of Death Triangle anymore after what happened before? I thought he was going to help join the House of Black here. Turn it into a one-night King of the Ring type thing. Absolutely. You got 2 tournaments. It's not like Tony Khan's against putting 16 matches on a card. Or you, like, I know it's not one of the most popular WrestleManias ever, but WrestleMania 4? WrestleMania 4 had 16 matches on that card. You could actually cut it back to 14 because you have both genders having their tournament. Because what they did is in between the quarters and the semis, and then the semis and the final, they had a tag team title match and an intercontinental title match, respectively. Here you could just do 4 quarterfinals for one, 4 for the other. Even if you wanted to alternate them for the first round. Make them 15-minute time limits. Lord knows the women could use the extra time. Sorry, I had to throw that out there. Because I know that's one of the biggest complaints that WWE's had about the King of the Ring tournament. You're having all these matches on TV. Why not put them on one show? Because the last time they did that, realistically, was 2002. I do believe it was 2002. And even then, they just did the semifinals and finals there. Oh, God, there's a Blade Runner. He's done. Sorry to say it, but he hits that Blade Runner and nobody's kicking out of it. I think the only person who has so far is MJF. So it very well could be Wild Card that comes up. One of those protected moves, yeah. Oh, goody! Tony Khan's dad's here. Mama Wayne wearing the Cougar outfit today. Hey, Chad, who do you think it's going to be? I think it's more than likely going to be Hangman Page. I think it could be Hangman Page. I also think Ricky Che, I believe, might be a possibility because he can't be announced yet. If his contract's up at the end of the month, and they could have a already informal agreement, you can't announce him until the 1st, right? So he's your father. But yeah, if I had to be a betting man and had to put $5 down, I would definitely say be Hangman. Because we haven't seen him since that title match. Yeah, Ricochet would be a bad move after that promo. I totally agree. That's why I think everything lines up to be Hangman.
when those titles are actually on the line, the results are going to be a little bit different. That's all right, Nicholas. If you look around, we're still your AEW tag team.
Okay, I see this here.
Rainmaker Okada is still the Continental champion, right? After Forbidden Door, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have a new TNT champion, and his name is the Scapegoat, Jack Perry. But we have even bigger plans. And, you know, in fact, here's a little bit of breaking news for you. Next week, the Elite have decided to insert our very own wild card into the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And what does that mean? Oh, he's going to run through the entire tournament, get a shot at the world title, and then bring the championship to the Elite where it belongs. And then we'll have all the power, and we'll also have all the gold. Let's keep changing the world, baby. All right, let's have a good show, guys. Let's go. Yes, the next segment, Dennis. Keep the energy up. Your shoes untied. I see a dumbass. Your shoes are
Wait.
cut. Says, what about that? Inserting the wild card into the Owen Hart Foundation. Who's going to be? That's the question.
Oh, it's going to be Hangman now, obviously.
The Acclaimed, they're not scheduled to be here tonight, but Anthony Bowens and Max Caster, they are the #1 contenders for Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the Young Bucks, the AEW World Tag Team
No gear tonight, nothing to hawk. We're going to hear from the Acclaimed, are we now? Because I got a feeling that they're gonna get their mics cut as soon as they get out there, right? We've hit the halfway point tonight, so yeah, it's nights like tonight where I don't expect a whole lot of draws or a whole lot of matches going on tonight. We got tags, we got that's why you put the 6-person tag out there. That's why you put the main event as a tag. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, chat. Just Twitch popped something up on me here that I needed to address, which I sort of can address somewhat again. Once again, it is the half hour, so I'll throw it up here right now. Don't forget, this Sunday we're going to be here for the AEW Forbidden Door Sidecast here, featuring Zodiac here, who is currently in the chat here, and for the Retro Hangover podcast, making a rare Sunday night appearance on someone else's channel. We're going to be talking about wrestling, going to be talking video games. And to correlate the note that just came up on my screen, officially, I believe it is last Friday was my 4 years as an affiliate. We're going to be celebrating this Sunday here, so I'm going to have a couple announcements about what we're going to be doing here in the future. Got some future plans coming up. I know some people have been asking about certain streams that we haven't been doing. But yeah, we're raring to go here, and I'm really looking forward to Sunday's show, because I know Chris loves his wrestling. I love wrestling a lot. All of you love wrestling, or I honestly don't think you'd be here. I know my shiny personalities a lot, but you know, we'll be able to talk a whole version of Forbidden Door on our own here, because it's not like there's a lack of information going around. And here's one thing that I'm actually really happy about, and I hope I'm not jinxing it. Typically, going into an AEW pay-per-view, we got some kind of controversy coming in. I think the only controversy we might have might be spoiled later tonight. It all depends on who they announce is going to be the special opponent to Serena Deeb coming up for Dynamite on Saturday. This crowd is, if your name ain't Daniel Garcia, they don't give too much of a crap. All right, let's see if he actually gets a rap out today.
Last week, the Acclaimed fought the Young Bucks right here in this ring. And the result surprised nobody because the People's Choice pinned the World Tag Team Champions and earned themselves a title shot. And Young Bucks, we exposed you guys for the soft-ass, self-important executive vice presidents that you are. And we proved that you guys can't run the TV production. You can't run the company right.
All right.
You can't run from a fight because the Acclaimed is getting up in that ass and we're getting those titles back. And that's a mic drop.
No, it's not. You're passing the mic, not dropping it.
Right. And all we need to do is beat you two enema nozzles one more.
Eminatals?
And Nick, I heard what you said. You're talking about cheating and all this nonsense. Don't make excuses because you will have none. The next time we come face
Yeah, that's the other thing I found weird.
we have been strategizing to see when would be the
Granted, this is, you know,
to the challenge. And when we do, you are going to be looking at the new two-time AEW Tag Team Champions. Why? Because everyone loves. Now Buffalo, throw those scissors high in the air.
watch them cut the segment right away here.
Say this before. Now, scissor me. Wait.
We got Brandon Cutler out here again. Oh, it's Okada. Never mind.
Kazuchika Okada, the AEW Continental Champion. She's on me, bitch.
Scissor me. Nice.
For that, Rainmaker. Now, the first item on today's agenda, if you guys could all just shut your mouths really quick so we can get right to it.
Cheap.
A little bit of respect for your damn EVPs and shut your mouth. We're out here to conduct some business at Forbidden Door. The three of us, we challenge the three of you pricks.
Okay.
Hold on, Daddy Ass has something to say.
All right. Let's see how this goes.
Because I have no idea what you were saying because all these people think that you guys just suck. And as much as I would love to come down there and kick the crap out of all three of you by myself, I have something better. You see, I know how to deal with EVPs. I'm kind of a big deal.
He's dealt with EVPs before.
High places. And I happen to know a president.
Tanahashi. So it's the Acclaimed and Tanahashi versus the EVPs. Can't say I'm totally disappointed, but Scissor Ace is coming. Atta boy.
Tanahashi, the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Scissor Ace. Scissor Ace. Love Tanahashi.
All right. I like the fact that they actually have somebody in New Japan mixed into the match. And this is something they have to do. I love how this card is shaping up now. And Billy doesn't have to wrestle. So he's happier than a pig, and you know what? Billy got dribbling his mic out of the ring. Oh my God, here we go. Another Mark Briscoe promo. Let's go.
The conglomeration. Gentlemen, we are in Forbidden Door season. Obviously, a lot happening with all three of you. But Mark, do us the honors.
Sunday. It's a convergence on the Big Apple, baby. New York City, the conglomeration gonna be there kicking ass, taking names. I got a ladder match for the TNT title. You see, I got 2 shoulders and only 1 title, so I need to add the TNT strap to my collection. Then my main man, OC, got Zack Sabre Jr. in one-on-one action. That is, if there's anything left of Zack Sabre Jr., because tonight, Mark, if I may, please. Zack Sabre Jr., you lying scallywag. The word of the day is synchronicity. See this? It's one hand. See this? It's another hand. See what they're doing? They're washing each other. And that's what Mark Briscoe has helped me do. Through the power of
Wow.
that swear jawline. It'd be a shame if I broke my shin going across it, and Zack Sabre Sr. doesn't even recognize me anymore.
I'll get to that in a second, Mass Keaton. There is actually a reason behind that.
I love it, man. Maybe sprinkle in a little bit of this. Zack Sabre Jr., you ain't nothing but fish and chips, boy. You ain't nothing but a spotted tea. You soft, son. You Peppa Pig, baby. My boy ain't gonna look your ass tonight.
A Peppa Pig reference. Let's go.
There's a collaboration up there, and we ain't going nowhere. Let's go, baby. We don't say Forbidden Door. Let's go.
O'Reilly's reactions are amazing. Yeah, do yourself a favor. Look up this promo again. Every one of his promos are just amazing. So, Mass Keaton, just to clarify here, WBD really doesn't want anything to do with Jay Briscoe for the most part. Stuff that he's already apologized and backed away from and whatnot. He did make some racist comments in his early days in wrestling and had some real bad... it's basically one of those, if you dig up hard enough and you don't dig up all the way, you could basically be canceled for stuff like what he'd said. That's why they didn't even originally want a Jay Briscoe... They didn't want to do a Jay Briscoe memorial show. They only let him do a Jay Briscoe memorial match with Jay Lethal and Mariah coming up to both people. This is amazing. And Mariah feels like it, she's just been so used to this. But yeah, they've loosened up a little bit on Jay Briscoe, but they won't do an event like that. But if you weren't here last week talking about Mariah May, during the contract signing, they actually said that Effie went to bat for Jay. That's, yeah, exactly. Like, everybody in the wrestling world has given up. Like, don't even worry about it anymore. But the problem is we have a Jamie Kellner up at WBD. I'd say rest in peace, but RIH as far as I'm concerned. Hey, Rez. Hope you're doing well too, sir. You always catch me on the Sidecast here tonight, so. Know you were having a great stream there yesterday. It was yesterday, Monday. The last 2 days have been a bit of a blur. I know you're back up tomorrow, so. I'll be around tomorrow with a little Tears of the Kingdom here. But yeah, if you guys want to watch a good MLB stream, check out Rez. Always a lot of fun. And he's a Canadian too. Cheap plugs all over. What can I say? I'll always enjoy the Canadian content as we go here, but... And yes, I am talking about this while this women's match is going on. I know, I'm an idiot. Wait.
You idiot!
There we go. But, if you were around last week, during the contract signing, Mina told Mariah to choose. Are you going to choose Toni? You're going to choose, I'll get the shirt of the day in after this match here. I don't want to take away any more than I have already. But Mina told Mariah she had to pick between Toni or her. Exactly what for, we're not sure. Because as you can see, there's many different decisions that you need to make. Yeah, like, here's the funny part right now. We have at least 2 very strong women's programs right now. Made it back with about an hour left. Hey, you picked up the best time now. They both tag, so I don't know what's going to count here. Maybe they're not going to count either one. All right, as we hit the picture here, I guess. So Mina's going to get beaten up more than once, and eventually Toni's going to get made in for the tag here. So, Kayla, as requested, shirt of the day. Another Street Fighter AEW collaboration, as we got Sagat and Ryu there. So, or sorry, that's not Ryu. That's Bryan Danielson, of course. So, it's one of the earlier collaborations, but it is the only one that's come in a different color other than black. So I wanted to wear something a little more red today. Wanted to wear Sagat in honor of Bison coming out for Street Fighter 6, which once again, make sure you're subscribed to our, where is it here? There we are. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel for gaming. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, we will have the arcade playthrough of Bison in Street Fighter 6 available for you. Took care of that earlier this afternoon. Thank you for the spiffish comment. I do actually have, I think, all but one of the complete collection of the crossover shirts between AEW and Street Fighter, so I figure I'm a big fan of both, so it makes sense to get both, right? The only thing that sucks is the fact I haven't been able to stream a lot of the fighting games lately, just the way the schedule's worked out. Toni's really grown on you. Reminds me of a pit-up girl. I can only imagine her granddad during World War II. Hey, to be honest, her gimmick, if you haven't kept track and you're not into the details, her gimmick started with the story of Mildred Burke. She was doing a movie for the biography of Mildred Burke, one of the first professional wrestlers that were female ever. And there's supposed to be a classic movie that this is Toni Storm's gimmicks related to. And it's playing out right in front of our eyes here, so I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called now. I'm going to have to make it a note and just leave it up here somewhere. But she legit is supposed to be the World War II pinup girl. She's supposed to be stuck in the 30s. But she has been slowly working her way back. She's been wearing some red sometimes. Mina's going to steal the tag here. Oh, when worse comes to worse. Oh, Toni wanted to deal with that. Now she can't. Oh, the black and white picture, yeah. Some of the best effects they've done with Toni Storm, they've actually done the half and half video where half the screen is black and white and the other half's color. They've actually pulled that off really well. Oh, and now Tony's going to come in to save it. Is this live? I heard you say so. No, they're actually taping 2 shows tonight. This is live. Every Wednesday, Dynamite is live. The only exceptions they've done are 4th of July, Christmas. They'll pre-tape those. However, the Saturday broadcasts that they have on TNT, Collision, those occasionally are... All right, Harley, you've been great, but Mina gets the win. Collision is quite often taped, just like they're taping both shows tonight. Both Collision and Dynamite are going to be taped tonight, so 4 hours of wrestling. And the funny part is, Toni Storm used to be with Mariah May, but way back when. Mina hit Mariah! Oh my God! Well, that takes Mariah right out of this match. Well, they just found motivation for this match. My God, that was, yeah. Jay, we'll get to that right at the break here, because we're going to get a commercial break coming up here pretty quick. So now they're doing a quick preview. They're talking about their preview shows. You fucked up as loud and clear. Yeah, well, it depends on the program, right? Depends on the broadcaster. Some person swears, or some people's decent. Raw is Triple H confirmed Raw is not going to be muted anymore as of Netflix. Sorry, excuse me. This match is going to be absolutely insane between Vacker and Mercedes. I would love to see Mercedes have both titles, but it also gives her a chance to go back to Japan a little more. Gotta shout out Mercedes for all the groundwork she puts in. Yeah, like, she has changed her style too, right? She's laid everything out meticulously. She knows what she's doing. Yeah, well, and here's your Mercedes moment.
Stephanie, Chica, I flew all the way to Mexico to watch your title match, and here I am at Dynamite, but where are you?
Getting ready for her match.
Salty after I kicked your ass and held both titles high above my head. And that's exactly what's going to happen at Forbidden Door. Because I told you, there's a price to pay when you mess with Mone. So I heard you have a match this Saturday at Collision right here in Buffalo.
Has that vibe going about her? She looks legit. Absolutely.
As champion is going to have to make her way to TNT and set ringside just for your match. So enjoy your final days as the new
So we are going to get a chance to see Valkyrie actually gets Lady Frost on Saturday.
and then two belts Mone. Well, she changes everything.
Stephanie Valkyrie to compete this Saturday night on Collision. Mercedes Moné, you heard it from her.
Wait, is it here?
What the hell was that?
Yep, it's there. We're good. We're good to go here. Get your little money icon in here. But as Mr. Jericho's coming down the ringside, yeah, Jay, I'm actually I don't mind the look of the design of the Ducks New Jerseys. The orange, I get it for Orange County. You can sort of take it or leave it. The my personal I just can't wait for you to do the entire match and Jericho speak when you're here on Sunday, Zodiac. Hi guys, how you doing, guys? Great job, guys. Just a little bit more effort.
What do you call it, Dad? We're not saying that it's not for the world. I can't say it on the air. You know what it stands for. I've answered that for like 6,000 years. I trademarked it, damn it. I trademarked it. The swear jar. Trademarked. Now we're about trademark. Hook, Shibata, look at what you did to our apple. You took him out, and then you had the nerve to challenge us to a six-man tag.
They'll bring Suzuki in for the third, I bet.
Our third man available. But in the wise words of the sensei of the sickos, the learning
The sensei of the sickos.
Jericho. Door closes, another door, perhaps a forbidden door.
Oh God, is this gonna be Suzuki?
This guy knows what I'm talking. That guy knows what I'm talking about.
We get Suzuki. I gotta feel it'll be Suzuki. Just because they're buddy. They worked the last 2 years together.
Hi guys, hi everybody. Listen, everybody that knows me knows that I'm in AEW for one reason and one reason only. I'm just here for the young guys.
Okay, Punk.
And that's why I bring so many of them into the Jericho vortex so I can help their careers, including the Redwood and the Bad Apple. And that's why it's not fair that Samoa Joe and Hook and Shibata hurt the Bad Apple. But Samoa Joke, the joke is on you because you found another partner. He's one of the toughest men that I ever met in the history of my time.
Suzuki.
Japan almost 60 times, which is a lot, guys.
I want to see this. I want to see this say, Jericho, fuck no, we're not going to do this.
So, Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata, you're gonna learn a hard
Jericho's here for the young guys. No disrespect.
not gonna like. But que sera, sera, am I right? So here he is, a fellow Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Famer just like me. Here's our partner for the Forbidden Door. Who is it? Minoru Suzuki.
You notice this isn't a video?
Legends of Japanese professional wrestling and
Oh, it is. No.
yeah, I do.
I don't want to wrestle by your side. I want to wrestle you one-on-one. Ha! Oh, this is hilarious. Want nothing to do with anything. I love this. I love the fact that Jericho's going to get his ass kicked.
Thank you, guys. See you soon. Jericho should have watched the video.
Jericho versus Suzuki. We don't get Hook or...
He is FTW champion. That would be wild. Oh, he's got a black towel.
Once again, the you fucked up chants, loud and proud in Buffalo.
Money man's ticket.
So what are we going to get for this?
Big Bill and Chris Jericho better be careful or we could have a repeat of what happened. The muggings that happened this past Saturday at Collision. These three cats don't play games.
All right, I want to see how this works out because this just turned into a lot better situation.
Well, isn't this awkward?
I love Joe.
New York looking for a savior, and yet you have struck out again. Oh, Jericho. You see, what we've learned tonight is that the learning tree is much like the Jericho family tree. It just don't have enough branches.
Ooh.
So, Chris, know that what stands before you, your opponents are very much students of the game, and we have gone back and meticulously watched every single learning tree segment to garner everything we could about our opponents. And you know what the funny thing is? We were discussing amongst ourselves and said, you know, how do we describe this feeling that we have when we see you drop these nuggets of knowledge on the world? And my friend Shibata here, the wordsmith that he is, well, he best summed it up better than anybody.
God bless Shibata. Siri should get signed to the roster.
Whoa, Jericho! That was not smart. Jericho's temper maybe getting the better of him here.
He's going to flinch. Oh, he didn't flinch. So what are they going to do? Shibata the man, absolutely. Who knew that a cell phone would be the ultimate way to get yourself over as a wrestler in North America? So are we getting this tag? We getting this FTW championship match? And we're getting a dream match next. Like, seriously, this is insane. Kyle O'Reilly, Zack Sabre Jr., that could be any pay-per-view match. Granted, the main event isn't going to be exactly... Price speaks perfect English backstage, yeah. Yeah, the one guy that reminded me of that, and I heard the stories about it from this tour around here, Shigehiro Irie. For, I do believe he works, he doesn't work New Japan, he works a bunch of the others in Japan, but he does come over to North America on tours. He was here with Canadian Wrestling Elite. He would not speak a word of English from the second the doors opened till the last person left the venue. But apparently he spoke perfect English to everybody else. So, it's stories like that. I love how they keep the gimmick alive here. But speaking of the gimmick alive, we are hitting the half hour. And before Twitch runs their ads, I want to run one of mine. Make sure you stop by here on Sunday, as we're going to be having our Forbidden Door Sidecast and my 4-year Twitch anniversary here. So we'll have a few announcements about things going down. But the most important part of it, we're going to have Zodiac, a.k.a. Chris Copine, here from the Retro Hangover podcast, as we're going to be talking a lot of wrestling. We're going to get a Jericho impersonation. I'm probably going to get a few impersonations in myself, and all that fun stuff. So make sure you're here. I know I'll be here probably around 7 Eastern. I never make it imperative that my guest shows up at that time. It's 5 hours of wrestling. Lord knows it takes me 2 earbuds to get through the entire show, because this one dies after about 3.5 hours, so I got to go to the other one. Banging open the Forbidden Door, absolutely. And, oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to throw this out here just for the commercial.
What the hell was that?
Our tribute to Chris Jericho on this channel. If I got some time, I'll see if I can add a few more sounds to this. I got a whole new... You guys are going to think I'm nuts here. Like, one day I'm going to take a picture, and I got to clean up my apartment before I do a full video of my setup and everything that's going on here. But I now have 3 Stream Decks. I just picked up the Neo yesterday, or I think it was on Friday. I picked up the Neo because, well, I'd like to have one Stream Deck set up solely just for my main scenes here. I never have to change them, right? So why have a Stream Deck that I can use for other things? Be tied up with it, so. But yeah, we're going to be fixing things up here, making it a little purty. And I hope to add a few things here for you guys as we go along, so. It's been awesome to see not only Sabre Jr. here, but also TMDK was part of the Ring of Honor tapings, I do believe, so. The former TM61 in NXT, aka members of Retribution. Gabe Kidd? I heard his contract was up there. Oh no, he was the guy that was sticking to everybody saying I could be the future. That's what it was. I appreciate how they're showing Kyle O'Reilly's overall record right now, because they don't want to show his 2024 record. Because I'm pretty sure he's like 0-6 or something like that. I love how Orange is like, yeah, we're here. I want to watch this. I don't care about anything else that's going up around me at the moment. Oh God, Taz and Orange fighting over oranges. Why don't they complain about Zack Sabre Jr.'s gear then? Kyle's not exactly a slouch at it either, so let's just be careful about that. So this is the fourth match together, and Zack Sabre Jr. is up 3-1. Maybe I'm doing some math wrong here. Very nice. God, I love Orange on this. It's like, David showing up. Sorry, there isn't much to say on this one here. When you're watching a technical masterpiece like this, sometimes you gotta sit back and just watch how they just put everything together so well. I think that's more why Orange and Taz are doing a lot more talking here as well. Wish Roderick Strong would have kept the next Strong gimmick. I think Tony Khan wrecked it for you, Jaeger, to be honest. Because that next Strong gimmick just... Okay. Strong and Kid together. Okay, I like that. I like that we're getting a lot of these matches here. Like, a lot of these guys in New Japan here actually were down at CMLL for their pay-per-view last Friday. They were doing business down there for sure. Oh, that sucks. That jaw got hurt on that too. As we get a picture moment. Looks like we might have a bit of an overrun here tonight, depending how fast this match finishes up after the commercial, but that's nothing surprising for AEW anymore. It's going to be interesting to see what comes up here in the next couple months. I pretty much feel that they have the contract signed already for the new TV deal. Once the exclusivity window opens up, I think you might take a week to see what everybody's got to offer. If there's anything comparable, he stays at WBD. If anything blows him out of the water early, they might consider moving. But I know in Canada, they've already signed a new deal. AEW has that they're going to be moving off TSN and over to Rogers starting in January. So odds are we're going to be able to watch all 3 shows on Sportsnet 360. So, and if we can't do that, we're going to get a lot. I find the online site is a lot easier to navigate. So, what's SRS up to? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Cody Rhodes. This is going back. I'm sorry. I got to throw this here.
What the hell is that?
You want a reference to Pop the People. And I think, Zodiac, you were trying to bring this up for me here. And I missed it. Earlier today, there was a report that came out from Cody Rhodes stating, anybody that comes in and says they're here for the young guys has me worried. I think the initial complaint was about CM Punk. Jericho used that exact line tonight. I am here for the young guys. Yeah, I can see where that goes now. Trying to make reference, because the only thing SRS just threw out a red flag emoji or a GIF right after that comment there. Yeah, he also just set out a note about the wild card. Nobody really knows that is Jericho trying to rib on Punk? I think he might try to get Punk to take the bait. Because anytime that Punk brings up AEW, people come over to AEW to watch. And the fact that AEW's in Chicago next week. Oh, there's a flip over. There we go. Oh, wow. Sabre just dropped. Yeah, it would surprise me if they were trying to get Punk to take the bait here, but... Oh, okay. I see here. Sorry. No, sorry about that, Chad. I was just checking an email. I'm going to have to check it here in the next hour here, but there's a new fighting game coming out here in next year. It's called 2XKO. It's made by the it's made based on the League of Legends series, and I've applied to be part of the alpha test for it. Which if I do that, we will be doing here on stream, so we'll see how things go with that. It just mentioned I have to take a survey here, which I'll do after I'm done stream here tonight. But I like the fact that they're taking the care to actually check things out. I think it's also for the fact they don't want to realize I'm a bot or anything. These guys know so well how to transition out of everything. And that's funny right there, because that's something that... It was funny when they did Sabre versus Danielson. Sabre always complained that he finished, but Danielson won with a strike instead of an actual wrestling move. Oh, God. Sabre just ran into that knee. How will they coexist on Friday? Oh, God. Slap fight! Oh, God. That's it. He's done. Yep, that was it. Sabre Jr.'s trying to invite Cassidy up.
Zack Sabre Jr., a very highly technical match. An impressive victory over Kyle O'Reilly. Orange Cassidy going to check on Okada. He's about to watch his back here.
Uh-oh. You see that, bud? That's what you're going to look like later. That's what you're going to look like later. Oh, here comes TM61. I'm pretty sure. Well, at least everybody knows Ishii, right? We need one more yet. Or is this going to be a six? Or are they going to have a six-way at the pay-per-view? Oh, that's Robbie Eagles. Never mind. Crowd's going nuts for Ishii. This is a lot of people to advertise for one match, right? I got a feeling we're going to get a pre-show match here with TMDK and Ishii and all that great stuff. And we got our final commercial break as we're getting across here. Getting about 10-2 right now. Probably going to get it overrun, but as tradition, I give you a lineup of what we're doing here coming up. But before that, just want to say thank you to everybody for sticking things out here tonight. I always appreciate having you here. We're having a lot of fun here, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun on Saturday, a lot of fun on Sunday. But next time I'm actually going to be on is tomorrow morning, probably about noonish Eastern. Might be a little earlier, but I definitely will be on at that time. So we are in Tears of the Kingdom. We're about to go meet Zelda, or at least somebody's trying to pretend that they're Zelda. We're going to go find out what's going on with that. We got to get to Hyrule Castle. We're going to see maybe we can figure things out. Going to get a little closer to see if we can finish things off here. We're having a lot of fun with this, but I definitely want to get through this so we can get Stellar Blade in before the new Zelda comes in later on my birthday, by the way. The new Echoes of Wisdom game from Zelda is actually releasing on my birthday, so if that isn't a sign that I should be playing it, I don't know what is. But yeah, we'll be playing Tears of the Kingdom tomorrow. No stream Friday. I'm actually back to my normal on-call day on every second Friday. And Saturday, we'll be here with AEW Collision. That should be a ton of fun here because Serena Deeb's got asking for a mystery opponent. And all the speculation that we've had is going to be absolutely nuts about who it's actually going to be. And then, of course, Sunday, our 4-year anniversary here for me as a affiliate Twitch streamer here. We're going to be joined here by Zodiac, a.k.a. Chris Coplina, the Retro Hangover podcast. I was on there talking a little Killer Instinct with them. He's going to be talking a lot of wrestling with me. Starting to get my way out there into the world here, so hopefully that's not the last time you're going to see me around here. And then, of course, you know, going to have some feathered friends here, some furried friends. Next week, I got an idea who I want to ask to show up based on the card. I guess I need a special guest for spring break or beach break here, but I want to make sure I ask first before I can confirm it. I do have some special announcements for Sunday that I'll be bringing up based on some content we'll be doing going forward, as well as you know, just trying to get things cleaned up here. I might have something special cooking right now to set things up. But you'll have to stick around on Sunday to find out, so.
We will be in Chicago, Illinois, just feet away from the shores of Lake Michigan for beach break. 1 week from tonight on Dynamite.
I guess I could have waited for Excalibur to explain about that. Don't ever, and I say this to anybody in the chat, don't ever apologize for being quiet, for not saying anything. Just enjoy the show. Just having you here is great. And my bad. Gotta get ready here. Here we go. And I swerve when I drive. And I swerve when I drive. And I'm tagging with Ospreay because Tony Khan isn't alive. And we're gonna have some fun because this booking's really, really dumb. Word to your mother. Sorry, I can't get over these two will they coexist matches here. We know it's going to end on a face-off between Swerve and Ospreay. It has to. Yes, there's a little twist here with Shirakawa essentially turning heel by knocking a wine bottle into the face of Mariah May here and essentially knocking her out of the match. And I swerve when I drive her, some very bizarre lyrics, but the tune is great, yeah. If anybody wants to buy me that AEW jersey for Will Ospreay, I take a 3XL. But if they only have 2XLs, I will work my way to that level. Just throwing it out there for you. Just, you know, just a polite suggestion, you know. Just say it, you know, just. I got to come up with a sound for that. It just involves a little bit of saying, yeah. So yeah, next week we're getting Ospreay Garcia next week. We're getting Pac versus either Danielson or Pac versus Takagi next week. We're getting Nightingale versus Statlander. I love how Swerve just, hey, I love this. Swerve's former running mates. And guys that broke up, guys who were beaten down, Garcia. Who were they beaten down last week? Was it Garcia? There is also a rest in peace to Sika in all seriousness here, because Roman Reigns' dad passed away yesterday, if you didn't hear. The Wild Simone Sika passed away. Wish nothing but the best for the family. All close friends. Exactly. R.I.P. Sika. I love how they had to figure out who's going to start the match, and now they have no choice. So, I have to say this once again, just getting us back on the train here the way we need to here. Has anybody else gained from the post-Punk departure of Collision, Dynamite, whatnot, than the Gates of Agony and Brian Cage? I know we talked specifically about Brian Cage on Saturday. He was main eventing against Ospreay. But back when Punk was around, the Gates of Agony and Ospreay, there was nothing going on with them. But now Cage is in main events left, right, and center. The Gates of Agony are in some big feuds, of course, granted. It is because of I love Swerve. He's like, yeah, you did a flashy move. Now get the hell out of my ring. I love Ospreay. He's like, put it down. Put it down, please. I love seeing so many of the regular creators are in Buffalo tonight. Yeah, I knew we were going to go overtime here. We got the picture-in-picture here right at 8 o'clock. I will try to snooze the ads for an extra 5 minutes just because it looks like it is going to run up towards the ending here. Shouldn't be much of a problem to do that, but these ads are automated for every 25 minutes, so unfortunately it just lines up that way. But no, all in all, like, a lot of tag matches. Trust me, it ain't that big of a coin. It's just either that or I'll make it quick because I don't want to really hamper on it. The way the ads are set up, you have either two choices. One, you have to run through a minute 30 ad before you get into a stream, or else you don't have ads and you have to run a minute 30 to get into a stream, or else you have ads and they're spread out over time. I don't know, personally, I'd rather spread them out, let you guys come in right away to see what's going on. So that's my decision I made. So either way. Crowder, good to see you tonight. Dynamite's been actually pretty good. Jericho tried to recruit Murder Grandpa for his team. He turns around and says, to hell with that idea. I want an FTW title match. I will show up if you put the title on the line against me, but I'm not tagging with you. Mina Shirakawa hit Mariah May in the head with a champagne bottle when she was trying to hit Toni Storm. Storm moved and Mariah got hit, so we got that feud rolling up. We found out next week we're going to get Will Ospreay versus Daniel Garcia for the international title, and it'll be a double title match if if Ospreay wins on Sunday, it'll be a 2-title match for Garcia. Do I watch MLW? I haven't had time, I'll be honest. I do know that there's some great guys over at our local establishment. Bobby Munson watches a lot of it. I've heard a lot of great news about it, especially with the announcement of Dave Marquez joining their production staff. And the fact that they're actually buying a production truck. I'm going to start with their new shows coming up here in July, I believe. Like, I'll see a show here or there, but I can't say that I'm a very constant watcher of it. Well, that didn't work. Never fails. The Bucks announced that they brought their own. The Bucks have brought in their own wild card into the tournament, so I'm assuming that they're guessing that's Jeff Jarrett's opponent. We're all guessing it's Hangman Page. He's going to be. That match is next week. But yeah, they do. MLW does have some good characters. Like, I managed to follow a little bit when Hammerstone was still champion there. Well, I watched the Battle Riot that Hammerstone won. And I think MLW is going to get a lot more exposure now with the fact that one of their former champions and one of the more prominent champions they had just made his debut on SmackDown last week. In Jacob Fatu. Yeah, Hammerstone was a lot of fun, and he is a lot of fun on that Impact roster. Him and Alexander. Pff. Yeah, I do know a little bit like the Contra faction and whatnot. And now the fight between Selena De La Renta and her dad, her quote-unquote dad. Was that a jackhammer or a Falcon Arrow? Don't ever headbutt a Samoan. That's like one of the oldest rules in wrestling. Running Spanish Fly, damn it. Sounds like a pretty good understanding. Like I said, I know enough about... Prior to the pandemic, I was pretty into wrestling all over the world. Oh, and there's the friendly fire that gets away here. I have cut back on a lot of my wrestling now. Just when I started getting into gaming a little bit more. Ironically enough, on my affiliate anniversary, when I started twitching a little more seriously, I cut back a lot on my my wrestling just because it's time. God, these two would be an amazing tag team together. Oh. I love how Ospreay's directing traffic there. Ah, of course I missed the break. All right, that's how you finish it. And Ospreay's like, oh, that was a shot. All right, this is going to be a little bit insane for the face-off here to end off the show here. Oh, and we had MJF and Garcia putting each other over. And then Ospreay came to steal MJF's spotlight by giving the title match to Garcia. All right. Don't touch my title. Don't touch my title, bitch. That's pretty much what happened there. That was a great setup there. Sunday is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I think that's a big thing we're getting out of this now. Like, they still got a couple more matches to add, probably. The people in the front row were shook. Yeah. Yeah, Zodiac, thank you for being here today. Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. This pay-per-view is going to be a lot of fun. Tonight has been a lot of fun as well. We got a couple new matches announced. We found out Beach Break's going to be next week, so I have to find a special guest to hang out for that show. We're going to get, Garcia and Ospreay is going to be our main event, but the fact that we're going to get Willow Statlander next week, probably Pac versus Danielson as part of the card too on that day, that it will be a little bit. Plus, we get Jeff Jarrett versus TBA. So next Wednesday's going to be a lot of fun, but we still got Sunday to go through yet. Collision is going to be a ton of fun as well, as we're dealing through the women's women's quarterfinals, because the semifinals will be next Wednesday and Saturday, with the finals coming the week after in Calgary. But yeah, we got so much lined up here. So